I like to drink ice out beer. Don't put it.
BoxOfficeGold.net.
Coming at you live.
And in full effect.
How now, brown cow. How now, brown cow. A little warm up tonight because tonight's a special night. A night you might not have been expecting, Box Office Gold fans.
We got a special guest in the house tonight, TMACC. What's up, brother?
Hey!
If you've been following us on YouTube, this shit's getting crazy. We're getting lots of reviews on here. You know, subscriptions are off the hook. I can't stop getting calls about our subscription line.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's at youtube.com. I'm your host, Mike.
And I'm your host, Dan.
And what we're doing tonight is going to be a new review on the movie
Kick-Ass.
And it did kick ass.
It did kick ass.
It kicked ass pretty good. I thought that, you know, Nicolas Cage, I was excited to see him not getting skull tattoos and marrying Chinese women. I'm just saying, you know, like the new, what is it, vampire movie or magician movie, whatever. I mean,
it was called
the last good movie he did before this was called National Treasure.
It was called The Sorcerer's New Groove.
The Sorcerer's. I think it was called The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Right. You saw what you saw. I saw what I saw.
Well, before we get started, why don't we go ahead and let's bring in our special guest, TMACC.
That's right. This one time only, and maybe not. This guest will come and provide us with his input, his insight, and his intellect. BoxOfficeGold.net fans, welcome.
First time guest.
First time guest.
TMACC. Well, as you know, if you've been following us on YouTube, this is a little bit unusual. We're going to go ahead and proceed as normal. You got the nerdy piece of shit kid, Aaron Johnson. He's a newcomer to the film.
Skinny nerd, right, Timbo?
Right. He ends up, you know, this kid, he's a nerd, he likes a girl, you know the story. He decides to be a superhero. The city's overrun by crime, and, you know, it's one of those movies where this kid, he doesn't really know what he's doing. They manipulate how popular culture uses means of communication. And that's a really cool factor that, you know, it makes it modern. Talking about how cool this guy is, now he's on YouTube and he's on the news, and the guy's really trying to swallow his pride because they bring in McLovin.
McLovin.
And McLovin was
Christopher Mintz-Plasse, right? You've seen him, and he plays the son of a super villain, if you will, the prime organized mafia organization that's out to get kick-ass.
Now, there's one character we gotta give props to, and that's Mark Strong.
Oh,
the actor he plays the mob boss, or, you know, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, his dad. And he's exceptional. I've seen this guy in a lot of Guy Ritchie movies. I mean, Rock and Roll, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's a good flick. Check it out. He is such a pivotal character in that movie, and he brings it to every single movie he did. He was in Sherlock Holmes. He was the villain in that, and it was nice to see him in a cool role like this where, you know, he didn't have to be so serious. I mean, he was, but he wasn't. You know, it's a comic book type scenario, you know.
Chloe Moretz plays this character in this movie who's Hit Girl.
She's a superhero too.
She's so goddamn unique. It's a great character.
You took one of these.
Because she is a 9-year-old assassin.
Once Kick-Ass starts getting a little recognition, this little girl starts to notice she's a superhero also, and her dad, which is played by Nicolas Cage, he's great. He's great. He's really good in this movie.
He's really good in this movie.
They go out on just an ass-kicking spree, no pun intended. But the kid gets to see how real it is, and they show up and really take care of business, and that's where the movie really takes off. It's a cool story. You get to watch characters develop in a really unique way. Being that the comic book storyline has been done a lot of times, you know, superheroes, this and that, but these guys really, they take it in a different direction, and they do a good job doing it. I really enjoyed the movie.
It's far-fetched, but well believable.
This movie had excellent directing with some sort of spectacular acting. And at some points I thought the movie departed from the comic book spectacularly in a fashion that blew my mind. The comic was so superior in so many ways, but to describe him in this voice would defy imagination. So I'm going to leave you here with my idea, and here come the reviews.
Not only do you have me, Mike Grell, Dan Turan, but you got a third party here to give his opinion too. And we're going to go ahead and give this movie a rating real quick. Kick-Ass. It was good shit. I liked it a lot. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give it an 8. 8 out of 10. Because I liked it. What do you think, T-Mac?
Alright, a 7.
Well, I'm just going to have to go ahead and disagree with that rating entirely and give it an 8. Because I thought it was good and the directing was good and woo!
Well, you got my rating. I'm giving it 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
7.
With a Nick.
It's still solid.
BoxOfficeGold.net. Let me tell you, if you haven't seen our reviews, watch that shit. If you haven't watched the Ice House rap video, come on, man.
Fill your brain with my voice.
We appreciate you guys taking a look at us. Subscribe to our videos, subscribe to our channel, Box Office Gold. I'm Mike.
And I'm Dan.
And this is T-Mac.
Coming at you.
Coming at you live. YouTube that shit.
All day.
Full effect.
Coming soon, the T-Mac and Mike show, because Dan don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Fuck you. That's Ted's face McStinky Bottom and his special assistant, my asshole.